sure you don't start on one.
This is our time, and yeah, we gon' shine. You better put your blockers on before you get blind. Wildcats gon' win. Yeah, we all in.
Welcome back to another brand new edition of Sports Corner. I'm your host, Dominique Williams, and with me I have Felix Reyes Jr. and Timothy White Jr. In today's lineup, we'll be discussing LA Dodgers Chase Utley, Florida quarterback Will Grier's suspension, USC head coach Steve Sarkisian, and which undefeated NFL team would lose first. Also, Week 5 review and Week 6 preview of the NFL. So, let's get started to the play. Dodgers reserve infielder Chase Utley broke Mets shortstop Ruben Tejada's leg in Game 2 of the series with a dirty play at second base. Utley has been hit with a 2-game suspension for his actions. Utley has appointed an appeal. Was Chase Utley's slide illegal? Felix, I'm going to start with you.
No. Illegal? No.
No.
Dirty? Maybe. Maybe.
Maybe.
Just maybe. Because he's taught to break up the double play. And that's exactly what he did. The only reason why it's a big deal now is because someone got hurt. And usually when someone gets hurt, they decide to change the rule. So, I mean, there have been many hard slides this year that have not been called and that have gone on and play has gone on without repercussions. So why all of a sudden will the MLB want to suspend someone for 2 games?
I want to stop you right there, but as you see in the play when he he didn't even slide nowhere near second base. Like
You saw his hand, though, touch the base.
But he slid behind second base, so it seemed more kind of intentional.
Because he assumed he was out already, which he was.
Mm-hmm.
Well, technically he thought he was out, even though they went back and reviewed it and said he was safe. But his job was to break up the double play so that they didn't get 2 outs instead of 1. And he did his job.
Okay. Tim, what do you think?
What do I think? Well, personally, more so obviously, we know it was a dirty play. And I, for one, have a problem with that and dirty plays from the past, like you said, throughout the season previously. Mm-hmm. This has to come to a stop in the MLB. Like, you shouldn't be able to slide into somebody just to break up a play. That should not be like a thing. Right. With all honesty, because as you can see, people are getting hurt now. Somebody just broke their leg. Right. So come on now, the MLB has to step up and say, well, maybe we should have them stop sliding. Like for intentional purposes of hurting somebody or breaking up a play.
Well, we know his intentions weren't to hurt him.
Well, his intentions were to break up a play. But let's be real, we're all human here. Okay. You know, in the back of your head, somebody can easily get hurt by you sliding and without even trying to get to the base. Right. So come on now.
But part of it is, I don't want to say this, but part of it is Tejada's fault. Why would you turn your back and then jump in the air when you know Utley is coming in for the slide to try to break up the double?
But how did you know he was exactly? How did you know he was coming in for the slide? Exactly. He slid so late.
No, because
that was true too.
As a baseball player, you know that somebody is going to try to break up the double play. You know that off rip. Regardless. If you got a double play in the works, you know that player running from first to second is going to slide and try to break up the double play. Period.
Regardless.
You know that.
Regardless. He's nowhere near first base. As a baseball player, I wouldn't even try to assume that in that particular moment, in that particular situation, I wouldn't even try to assume that he was going to slide and knock me off my feet and me potentially break my leg. No, right, there's no excuse for it. It's unacceptable in the MLB. It should come to a stop for people trying to slide into other people to break up the play. It's not.
I don't think he should have been suspended.
Only because
it's been done before. And because that person didn't get hurt, they weren't suspended.
I get it.
I
get that he shouldn't be suspended because, like you said, it's been previously done. But I feel like this is the point where the MLB has to say, okay, we're going to take that to a halt.
I feel like just change the rule and move on. Don't suspend them. Just change the rule in the offseason and move on.
He has to get hit with consequences because, he did break.
Yeah, but like you said, it shouldn't. At least I don't think that he was intentionally trying to break his leg.
I don't think he was intentionally trying to break his leg, but as I stated before, he was doing his job. But in the back of your head, some way, somehow, this guy could possibly get hurt if I do this.
Yeah,
Come on now.
Especially that he slid late, and he should have slid more closer to the base. That's
exactly.
my opinion.
Like, it is a prime example. I'm going to close it on this. When I used to play basketball back in high school and it was a loose ball, you dive for the loose ball knowing that it's right by somebody's leg. You know in the back of your head, like, this guy's probably going to trip over me. But you know what? I need these hustle points. My team's down by 1. Right. I'm going to go ahead and get this ball. If he hurts himself, I'm sorry after the game.
But were you suspended?
No.
Oh.
Because it's high
Okay.
school. And I agree with you on that. He shouldn't have got suspended, but
All
yeah.
right, so that's what they think. All right, Florida Gators quarterback Will Grier has been suspended for 1 year for violating NCAA rules, as it was announced this Monday by Coach Jim McElwain. What are some of your thoughts on this matter? Tim, let's start with you.
What are some of my thoughts on this? I don't. Why are you coming to work? Why are you coming to work?
No.
The
He
suspension.
took PEDs.
Oh,
This
the
is very
PEDs.
disappointing for the college player.
That's very
Star
disappointing.
quarterback from Florida, man. This shouldn't happen.
Why are you coming? My thing is, why are you coming? Why are you coming to practice, and you're doing these meds? Like,
Right.
why? First of all, why are you taking them?
It was he was tested positive for a performance-enhancing substance that was found in an over-the-counter supplement that he used.
Why are you taking over-the-counter drugs?
Right. To me,
Why aren't you taking the medicine that the people that work for the athletic personnel assigned to you?
Right.
Athletic
Like I said, it's very
Yeah.
disappointing. He looked very remorseful though in his press conference. He said sorry about 1,000 times.
Yeah.
He claimed to not know what he was buying, but he's a college kid, so a part of me still feels like it's too harsh of a punishment for a college player when
Especially a
you
young
look
one, too.
right when you look at the NFL and when you get busted for PEDs in the NFL, it's a 4-week suspension. So I feel like it's not really on a level playing field.
And he's like suspended for a whole
he's
entire year, so
an
he's not
entire
going to be
calendar
back
year.
until the 7th game of the 2016
Right.
season. So I feel like that's very harsh right there.
Well, I mean,
Right.
at the end of the day, though, I feel like one, you shouldn't be taking performance enhancement
Right.
drugs. Come on now, like whether college, no matter what level it is, you should not be taking anything like that, especially if it's over the counter and it wasn't
Right.
assigned to you medically by either a doctor or the athletic trainer.
Right.
So therefore, I can't help but say, well, you had this coming.
Right, which is why I agree with you. Like on the flip side, it's why the punishment is so harsh.
Exactly.
Is because they want to discourage athletes from doing things like this, from
Exactly.
putting themselves in this type of position. And the NCAA and these coaches are responsible for these kids when they go away from home, and their parents entrust these people
And
with
another
their
thing,
children.
if you're not that confident in yourself to the point where you feel like you can't rely on your natural talent, to the point where you feel like you have to take performance enhancement drugs to actually, maintain your skill level out there on the field, you shouldn't be playing in the first place. That's just my honest opinion on it, though,
Right.
truthfully.
Well, I found out that Florida's actually appealing the suspension in hopes that he'll be eligible for week 1 of next
At least.
season.
I think they should just bring down the suspension.
Right.
Just suspend it for the rest of the game.
For the rest of this year, and
Season,
then
I'm sorry.
start him
Yeah.
week 1 next season.
I mean, I'm sure the kid learned
'Cause
his
they're-
lesson.
Because if he gets
Right.
suspended, if this suspension goes on and he can't come back until week 7 of next year, he might as well just redshirt his whole season.
Right, they won't combat.
Pretty
They
much.
won't combat that he tested positive, but they at least want to lessen the punishment, and lessen the blow on their program.
Definitely. Well, I mean, like I said, I can't help. It's like a sorry, not sorry kind of
Right.
feeling I'm having
Right.
for him. So I mean, only time will tell regarding if he's going to come back week 7 or week 1.
Right.
Hopefully, I will say this though. I hope he gets to come back week 1 next year. That way he won't have to like you said, redshirt the whole season.
Right.
Yeah, and that's another year lost for him.
Yeah.
Well, hey, so let's head over to Eric for this week's Street Corner.
Welcome to a new edition of Street Corner. I'm your host, Eric White, and on this edition, we're going to be asking the students of Cookman, what do they think about people being drunk at work?
Well, I think it's very unprofessional to be drunk at work. However, I do think it's okay to have a drink maybe during your lunch hour. But to be drunk and wasted, no, not appropriate.
People being drunk at work is unacceptable. You're an adult. You should carry yourself in an adult way. You're mature. So that's not a good platform for yourself, Being drunk at work is very unacceptable. It's a bad image for yourself, and you're a leader, so you shouldn't be doing stuff like that regardless. But, being drunk at work is very unacceptable.
People being drunk at work is very irresponsible and atrocious, and I don't think it should happen.
I think that is really unnecessary and unprofessional for someone to go into work under the influence. That should not happen.
it's horrible. I feel like it's an inconvenience for the other workers. It causes problems. I just think that we should ban the workers from drinking or do more tests so we know if they're drinking.
Being drunk at work, it is kind of unprofessional, but tendencies, you do have managers that do it, but I feel like if you can handle yourself and still be professional, then you should be allowed. As long as you can still be professional and still able to do your job and not do your job that's exactly how your job's supposed to be and do the best of your ability, I think you should be allowed to do it.
I think I'm professional, and why'd you come to work drunk? You gotta handle business. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, as far as Steve Sarkisian goes being drunk at work, I feel like if you're at a collegiate level, you shouldn't be at work drunk. It's just inappropriate and unprofessional. I believe that you should just keep it at home or for the film room, or just don't do it at all if that's the case. Because it looks bad on your team, looks bad on you, and it looks bad on the whole organization. Now back to you in the studio, guys.
Thank you, Eric. Well, UNC head coach Steve Sarkisian was fired early this week. The school announced on Monday during a press conference. On Sunday, Sarkisian was asked to take an indefinite leave of absence due to an event that occurred at USC's event where he showed up intoxicated. My question is, should have he been fired for being drunk at work? Well, Felix, let's start with you. What do you think?
Yes, definitely should be fired for being intoxicated at work. You're a college head coach.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to be a leader of these young men. You're supposed to lead by example. This is not the example that you want to set. It's just terrible, and it shows a lack of self-discipline. What do you think, Tim?
I'm disgusted.
I can see it on your face.
Like, with all seriousness.
Right.
No, because it kind of upsets me. For one, like you said, you're supposed to be a leader of these kids. This is actually what I wanted to talk about first. So I was kind of anxious to get into it regarding through the last topic. But anyways, like I said, you're supposed to be a leader of these kids. You're supposed to be a role model to these kids, and you're coming to work drunk. You're coming to work drunk, and I understand. Right. And you gotta understand this. You're in a college. These kids do that already on the weekend. So if you're showing up to games, if you're showing up to practice drunk, and I don't know if you're I'm sure somebody on that team realized like, hey, coach over there, he drunk, bro.
Coach on one.
He on one. Yeah, man. And so if you're setting a bad example to your football players, so then they're gonna start coming to practice and coming to the games drunk.
Right.
Come on out. And another thing, I'm not trying to be, racist or anything of any matter, but let's be honest, if that was an African American head coach, man, he'd probably be on his way out of here, man. He'd be the most hated person in America right now, man. He wouldn't have a job. He wouldn't be on leave. He would be gone. He would be gone.
Well, they fired him now, but I mean, this really makes the program look terrible. And because they said that there was a history of this at his previous school, Washington, so it makes me ask: did they really do their due diligence when hiring this man, or did they just hire who they wanted to hire, which is what it seems like.
And another thing, just because he won a few games doesn't make this acceptable. You don't put stuff like this to the back end, like, well, he comes drunk, but he gets his work done. No, you shouldn't come drunk. If you can get the work done while you're drunk, imagine how better you would be when you're sober.
Right.
My thing is, USC hasn't even been doing good coming off of this season. So
it's supposed to be the
saying
season.
he won a couple games and stuff, okay, that's still not a good enough excuse.
Right, this is supposed to be USC season. They're ranked in the preseason. Now they've lost 2 games, and they're done. Their chances of winning the college playoff is done. No, they're done.
Oh, they're done.
They're not making it. With 2 losses, they're done. And they're losing recruits already. They've lost a handful of recruits based off of what's going on at USC.
If I was a recruit, I wouldn't want to play for a guy that's going to be drunk out of his mind while he's trying to order me around and tell me what to do.
And not just as a player, as a parent, I don't think I would want to send my student to a school where this type of behavior is tolerated.
Definitely not. It's already enough bad influences going around in college, let alone he has to see it on the football field now?
Right.
Come on now.
Because this was the second time that they that it was reported that he had been drunk. First time was at a booster event.
Exactly.
So it's sort of like fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, shame on you, and bye-bye, Steve.
It's just ridiculous.
3 times,
Right. You won't get that 3rd chance.
Definitely.
No.
I hope not. I mean, he's doing this, and it's been going on for quite some time. Since before he got to USC.
Right.
So come on now.
Especially ruining the name of that school, because that school does held high for like being a powerhouse program for athletics,
Right.
especially
Exactly.
the football team.
Exactly.
And now here you have him to bring it down. So, well, let's hope they're able to find a new head coach and
Right.
continue the program, and hopefully they might, maybe.
It's gonna take a while for
Little
this to
bit
blow over,
to the
though.
playoffs.
We'll
Definitely.
see.
All right. Well, we're on the topic of football. Let's get into some NFL action. There are 5 remaining teams left that are undefeated. My question to you is, which one of these undefeated teams will lose first? Let's start with you, Tim.
Oh man, it's so many choices. You know I'm not picking the Patriots. Let's just get that out the way.
Oh my God.
Let's just get that out the
Well,
way.
I didn't pick them either, if that makes you happy.
It does. It does. I see you're on your way, Felix.
Oh, man.
But no, definitely I'm picking the Broncos. I'm picking the Broncos for one reason and one reason only.
Why
What is that?
And you'll be shocked.
Why?
Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning has started off the season with more interceptions than touchdowns thrown in the past 5 games. Peyton Manning hasn't done that since he was a rookie. I believe that was like
Right.
98 or 97.
Something
Correct
like
me
that.
if I'm wrong, but it was somewhere around that time. And it's like, man, look, I know we did a topic earlier in the year. Is Peyton Manning on his way out? Peyton Manning's on his way out.
But you were just saying he wasn't, though, earlier.
Earlier, I thought he wasn't. I felt like he had like 2-3 more years left in
This
him.
was gonna be
Right,
the
you changed your
MVP
mind?
I
coming
thought
in, you know? I mean, do you think it's
week one, I had very high expectations for Peyton Manning and the Broncos. The Broncos obviously are exceeding those expectations, but through their defense,
Right.
Yeah,
not
I
their
was just about
offense.
to say, do you think it's Peyton Manning or do you think it's the offense?
No, it's the defense.
That's keeping them.
It's the defense that's keeping them in it.
No, I'm saying the offense that he can't throw to. That's what I'm asking.
Oh no, it's Peyton Manning.
You think it's?
I think it's Peyton Manning. Because
It's all Peyton.
just a few years ago, this offense was a powerhouse with
Right,
Peyton
with
Manning.
Peyton Manning at the
So, yes,
Well,
definitely, I
I
believe
feel
it's
like
Peyton
he has
Manning.
some selective players that aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing.
No, any names? Since
Speaking
since you're trying to throw some
I mean,
shade.
I'm not trying to throw some shade, but I'm not trying to do a little something. I mean, number 88, Demaryius Thomas. I don't feel like he's really playing to what he's supposed to be. I mean, I don't want to.
A little bit of salt,
Right.
salt on
Well,
that.
Just a little sprinkle.
He's getting a lot more attention because they lost one of their top receivers, the tight end, Julius Thomas. So that leaves them a little bit. The defense at least has to worry about less. But I think the Panthers are going to be the first team to fall.
What?
That was the easy way out.
The Panthers.
What?
That was the easy way out.
Their wins this season come against the Jaguars, the Texans, a bad Saints team this year, and the Buccaneers. They haven't really beat anybody. This week is their real first test.
Well, can you blame them for coming to game day ready? I mean, coming to the game ready
Right,
on
but-
game day. Can you blame them for having that schedule? No.
No, but it explains why they're 4-0 right now. Does it not? This week is their first test. They get to
It
go.
does.
They go up.
It does.
I mean, they
they
still
go
got Cam Newton. So.
right. They go west to
It
play
does,
the
but
Seattle
they have-
Seahawks on the road.
I mean, at the end of the day, I get you. It does explain why they're 4-0, but excuse me, I believe that they've been playing great
At the same time, it's not like,
Right.
it's like, oh, well, you barely won those 4 games.
I really think
Right. They're beating the teams that they're supposed to beat.
Exactly.
But at the same time, I don't think they can beat the Seahawks right now.
You don't think
Oh,
they'll be able
coming
to
up?
execute the Seahawks?
The 2 and 3
They
Seahawks, the Seahawks haven't been
Seahawks?
looking very
I mean, they only got what's
good.
his name? Cam
Cam
Chancellor has
That's the
definitely
only person
revamped their
that's holding
defense.
them up still? I mean,
Yes, and
Hey, he could do it. all
Russell
by himself.
Wilson
But
is
they need
playing
Russell Simmons.
subpar.
Russell Wilson, I'm sorry.
Russell Simmons.
No,
No, but
don't get on me, please.
But the Seahawks are the team that put them out of the playoffs just last season, and they're missing Kelvin Benjamin, their top receiver. So I
But-
think this week will be the week that they fall because they just won't have enough offensive power to get it done.
You know, I think honestly, with all seriousness, I think the Panthers will pull through because this is just not it's not the same Seahawks team from last year at least. This is not the same Seahawks team from
That
last year.
defense is still the same.
That defense is
really good. These past couple weeks, they've been really good.
Cam Chancellor, like I said, has
And
put
he's
them
gonna
on his
play
back.
on
If it
Sunday.
wasn't for Cam Chancellor to come back,
And
What
he's
the
gonna
defense
play
still
on,
been
and he's
doing
gonna
what
play
they were
on
doing?
Sunday. So
He's
what's the
going to
problem?
play, but still though, look, the defense. What I'm saying is, okay, the defense might have got somewhat back to normal. I still feel like they're missing a few pieces. They're not as dominant as they were last season, in my opinion.
Got you.
But when it comes down to the offense in general, man, it's shaky, man. It's real shaky. Marshawn Lynch, he hasn't been playing like how he was last year. Beast mode has been on sleep mode lately.
Right, but their backup running back has picked up the slack, and he's been very, very productive in the time that he's been given. So, next man up.
We'll definitely just have to see about it.
Right.
All right. Well, continuing with the NFL, let's get into our Week 5 review of the Chicago Bears and Kansas City Chiefs. What does Jamaal Charles' torn ACL mean for the Chiefs?
That means Alex Smith has to actually throw the ball.
They're done.
A lot more.
They're done.
Alex Smith, I have faith in Alex Smith. And it's not just because he's on my fantasy team. This is not biased.
Wow. Should have got rid of him already.
This is not biased. No, I got rid of Stafford, but that's another story.
That's neither here nor there.
But no, I mean, the Kansas City Chiefs, I mean, they're doing okay. But Jamaal Charles, man, that's going to be
1-4 is okay?
That's going to be a
1-4 is okay?
Oh, I'm sorry. I got them confused with another team.
Oh, my God. What have you been
They've
thinking?
just lost the best player on their team, and they aren't built on a passing attack.
I meant, it's really no going back after that one. It's really no going back after that one. Yeah, I'm just gonna agree with you on this. Yes.
Right.
I'm gonna just take the L.
He scored 44% of the Chiefs' rushing and passing touchdowns. That's the highest percentage in the NFL. So, see you next season, Chiefs.
Yeah, the Chiefs are out of
It's
there.
Kansas City. When do they ever do good? All right, now time for some Sunday and Monday night football discussion. What are some of your thoughts for this past week? So, who wants to take the floor?
This past weekend? Man, Chargers let me down, man.
Shout out to Michael Vick. Shout out to Michael Vick.
I added Michael Vick to my fantasy.
Shout out to Michael Vick. Oh my gosh, what a clutch performance!
Yeah,
I'm talking about.
The Steelers were dead in the water, and that last fourth quarter they came
and
alive.
Bell.
They literally made it happen.
My man is he's the last of a dying breed when it comes down to elusive running backs. Most running backs nowadays in the NFL, like Freeman, like AP, they're powerhouse. They want to run you over.
Right.
That guy, he doesn't want to run you over. He wants to run around
though.
you. He can now. Don't get me wrong, he can. But he's definitely a lot more elusive than most.
Right.
So he's the last of a dying breed when it comes down to the elusive running back.
And he answered for Monday Night Football.
Definitely did. I just want to say one thing. Raiders, it's okay. We played a good game. We literally, like, Charles Woodson, come on now, those 2 interceptions.
It was
oh my gosh, that man is 40.
I didn't think you guys were gonna win.
But I mean,
it was close.
It was close.
Yeah.
You know what? My team is doing a lot. I see the spark in our team this year.
I see that
in
you're
my
just
team.
gonna bring up the Raiders whenever we talk about football.
Every time, every chance I get.
Well,
definitely.
My thoughts for this Sunday Night Football: the Giants.
Yeah. They suck.
They what?
What?
They what?
What?
They what?
Odell Beckham is the best.
Decoyed ever. No, definitely. The Giants, the Giants, they pulled through with one.
The Giants were able to pull over the win of the 49ers.
Yeah, they pulled through
Eli
with
Manning,
one.
when he found Larry Donnell with the 21 seconds left on the clock, and they escaped with the win.
Another helmet catch, though, low key. Low key. Eli is known for it. Yeah. Eli is so lucky. Eli is the luckiest quarterback in the NFL.
And the Giants take the first place of the NFC East division, so I really think playoff-wise, you guys,
they might make it.
They just
They're
might.
going to make it.
The Cowboys aren't doing anything, obviously.
Cowboys, Eagles.
The Eagles aren't doing anything with that Chip Kelly offense. Right. That so-called great offense. That so-called effective in the NFL offense. Right. Still mad about that. Y'all really? All right. Moving on.
All right, Week 6 preview of the Bears playing Detroit Lions. Can the Lions get their first win?
No.
I think so.
No.
I think so.
Megatron has not been. What is a Megatron this year? We don't know what that is.
Just him. They have Golden Tate as well, but
Golden Tate has been doing. Golden Tate has been doing a little bit, but it's the Detroit Lions, so.
Right, but. They're playing
Matthew Stafford has been.
They're playing the Chicago Bears, so.
Well, I mean Jay Cutler has shown sparks this year.
Right, but I think
he
Stafford
has shown
is finally going to outplay somebody, and I think Jay Cutler is the perfect quarterback
He's the
for
perfect
Matthew
quarterback
Stafford
to try.
outplay.
I'm sorry. I'm just I've just lost all faith in Matthew Stafford as a quarterback. Honestly, like with all seriousness, I really do. He's way too inconsistent. Just
he gives the ball to the other team too often. But
it's just
I think Jim Caldwell will get it right this week.
we'll see. But I don't have faith in him.
Well, the Patriots visit the Colts on Sunday night. Who gets that victory?
Patriots. We already know who
Obviously.
Wow.
Obviously.
Dang.
Patriots
It's the
have won their last
Patriots.
4 meetings against the Colts. In that stretch, they forced 12 turnovers by the Colts. And Luck might not even play this game. So
I'll say one thing though. Andre Johnson finally is getting into the groove of the offense with the Colts. And I know I'm not gonna be like those guys who like to change their picks, because I did pick the Colts for a Super Bowl pick, but I said as long as they're healthy. Andrew Luck isn't healthy.
So now you get to reserve your right to change your pick.
It's not my fault Andrew Luck got hurt.
I don't have that reserved.
It's not my fault Andrew Luck got hurt.
But when I said I reserve my right to change my pick if they're unhealthy, then it's a problem.
When did I say that?
You did say that earlier.
Oh, thank you, Dominique. I appreciate it.
What, can we pull up some footage or something? I would like to see the proof.
The Patriots have a little bit more of an incentive to wipe the floor with the Colts this week. Only because they're the team that started all this Deflategate stuff.
Yeah, I was about to say hashtag Deflategate.
Right, they started all this. And right now, they're just a better team, and it won't even matter that the Patriots are going on the road.
I'll tell you one thing, though. Like I was saying, with Andre Johnson finally clicking into this offense, it will be a challenge. The Patriots are not just going to walk all over the Colts. I don't think so, at least.
I don't know, man.
I think there'll be a
the
little
Colts
challenge.
are 24th in scoring with only 19.8 points.
If Andrew Luck plays,
that's with Andrew Luck at quarterback.
Well,
so
he has no luck, so let's leave it there. All right.
Shade so
Speaking
much.
of the NFC East, the Eagles host the Giants on Monday night. Who wins that game?
Man,
well,
look.
I'm going Giants.
I'm going Giants.
All right,
I'm sorry. I just can't. I can't.
Well, I'm glad you guys are agreeing the Giants because it seems like you guys want to go back and forth with me when I say the Giants.
Well, I'm just going looking at the quarterback play.
Eli's having a very lucky year.
Exactly.
Eli's having a lucky Eli.
Lucky?
The Giants.
They're just having a better season and a better team this year.
They've been balling lately. It'll be close though, because we don't know the issues that Odell Beckham and his hamstring are giving.
Definitely.
And
let's just pray and hope he'll come through.
But if he's out there, that helps that offense immensely. I mean, just look at last week when they played the 49ers. He wasn't on the field, and then when he came back on the field for that last drive, he had so much attention on him that it opened up everybody else. As you can see right here, it opened up. It was lucky.
That is so lucky. Like
right, without Odell Beckham, this offense is fairly stagnant. But with ODB on the field, it opens up many possibilities and opens up wide open tight ends in the end zone.
Not even wide. That's not wide open. Come on now.
Open it
Man,
up.
he was not supposed to catch that. I'm not saying he wasn't. He was
not about to catch that.
Look,
perfect placement.
Perfect place. I'll say that much though. The accuracy was pinpoint.
Right.
I'll say that, but man, Eli's just, it seemed like every single time the team is on like the fence of like, oh, should we fire the coach? Oh, should we get rid of Eli? Oh, are the Giants really?
Play or another win.
Exactly.
Oh, the Giants are going back to the Super Bowl.
I don't want to say all that just yet, but
but the last time they were supposed to fire Coach Tom Coughlin,
it's always when the Giants are on the back burner of whether it's the coach, whether it's Eli, whether it's anybody on the team, they always come through with a miraculous season.
It's the
and it
Giants,
makes everybody
baby.
change.
Why wouldn't we?
Man.
All right. Well, hey Tim, you got top 5 this week?
Yes, we do. We do definitely have a top 5.
Top 5. Let's get into it.
Let's go ahead and get into that.
Numero 5.
Texas Marcus Johnson, 24 yards in the score.
Stiff arm, Heisman. Let's go. Get off me.
Way to stay in bounds.
Yes.
Little boy. That's that balance. That's balance.
Right.
That's ballet.
Utah's Devontae Booker rushes for a 40-yard touchdown against Cal Bears. Way to reach for the pylon right there.
Definitely.
They won that game.
More ballet.
David Laquan McGowan, 18 yards.
Oh my gosh. Little boy.
Earthquake.
That big boys don't know how to do it.
That's the new refrigerator right there.
This man is 400 pounds.
That is crazy.
Look at that.
Look at that. Look at that.
Who said he had to loosen? LSU Leonard Fournette just runs away from everybody. 87-yard touchdown.
Hey, you can't catch what's too fast.
Can't catch? It's a grown man right there. And number one, Florida State.
Ooh.
Cook had 3 touchdowns against you.
Hey, shout out to that man. He has been balling out this year.
Where's he from? But he hit it on the youth. So he made his home city look bad.
He made his home city look bad, but his hometown look good.
Right. And this is the one that put it away.
Look at that speed going. Look at that.
Look at that north and south speed.
Look at that.
Look at. He's gonna be good. Another first-round draft pick running back, in my opinion.
That's the Sports Corner top 5, man.
That's top 5. Damn, wow, that was like the best top 5 I've seen. Only because Florida State was in it.
Oh, here you go.
All right, well, that's all we have for you today. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at VCU Sports Corner with Felix Reyes Jr. and Timothy White Jr. and myself, Dominique Williams. Be sure to keep sports in your corner.
Happy birthday, Martin.
Happy birthday.
Oh, yeah, happy birthday, Martin. Can't say we forgot about
This
you.
is that time, and yeah, we gon' shine. You better put your blockers on before you get